Appalachian Spring is probably Martha's best known work. This is its 75th year. It premiered in 1944. It's the iconic American dance of the 20th century. Aaron Copland, the composer, Martha Graham, were intent on creating a work that would contain American optimism. They chose the story of a young frontier couple on their wedding day. And they're joined by an itinerant preacher and his 4 followers representing the fervor of American religion, and by the pioneering woman, the spirit of the American dream, really, who blesses the other characters, urges them into the future. We're privileged to bring Appalachian Spring to Montclair State.
Appalachian Spring is, for me, a very personal experience. It resolves itself in such a human, touching way of life, of living, of joy, of pain, but always with a very, very positive culmination of the ballet itself.
And given what Peak Performances is known for, we don't just perform or present work that has happened. We pride ourselves on giving life and expectations to new work.
Our Graham Company dancers are spectacular.
I want to honor the relationship between Martha Graham and Aaron Copland by approaching an American composer and inviting an American choreographer to work with that composer.
So when I compose music, as Troy knows, I actually physicalize it. Like, I like to think about, like, how is that line going? How long is it before the chord comes in? And then how long should that chord hold just enough, for the next chord to come in? Like, I try to, like, feel all of that. And then also with the fast music, I count it. And one of the fun things for me was when we were at your house and you were doing the counts for me.
Yeah.
And you were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2,
Yeah.
and like all these different, the way he's counting it is so amazingly brilliant and has such good results, I think, with the dancers. And yet the way I would have counted it is just different. But it's the same exact counts, it's just adding up different numbers, sort of.
Right, yeah, I mean, it's a real numbers game, but you also have to always keep in mind how much dancers can remember. So dancers, oftentimes, you try to make the counts longer than music, but not too long. There's one point in the ballet where they actually have to count a 17, and then a 15 and a fast 3, and there's all these counts that really add up, which when you don't have the page of music to be looking at, it's a very different game. But when you're coming up with counts for music, you try to think about, like, what are the steps maybe going to be, or what are those rhythms going to be, so that once you actually do the choreography, then the dancer almost is liberated from the counts, because they understand which counts certain movements are, and then a lot of them have told me they've already stopped counting.
The Martha Graham work today, performed by the Martha Graham Company, as manifested by the artistic vision of Janet Eilber, is alive. This is not historic legacy material. Appalachian Spring is about to celebrate its 75th anniversary.
Letters between Aaron Copland and Martha Graham talk about the Puritans and the Shakers and the Quakers, all aspects of American religion, and Harper's Ferry and the Civil War, Uncle Tom's Cabin. They surrounded themselves with the essences of America, and I think distilled them into this one dance.